Hello, my name is Christian Rivera. I'll be presenting this PowerPoint. It is titled The Hacker's Code of Ethics, and it's an analysis of an old code of ethics in a new age world of technology and people, relevant or irrelevant. The ethical actors in this presentation are the hackers in the IT computer science field. The ethical action would be to follow this hacker's code of ethics. The unethical action would be to not follow the principles within the hacker's code of ethics. Following or not following, depending on which action, would determine whether or not the code of ethics is relevant or irrelevant. The ethical standard that is being tested is the hacker's code itself. A quick overview of the presentation, an introduction to the Hacker's Code of Ethics, the unethical action being done, which is not following the Hacker's Code of Ethics and therefore deeming it irrelevant, and the ethical action of following the Hacker's Code, which deems the Hacker's Code to be relevant. And then towards the end, I'll also be talking about what can be done to solve this issue. The Hacker Code of Ethics was written by Stephen Levy in his first book, Hackers, Heroes of the Computer Revolution. It was written many years ago, but it's just not, six principles and that's the end of the book. It also comprises of different events that was going on at the time, which were inspired by the early hackers at MIT. And these other events really truly shaped the hacker culture and what he thought the ethic should be moving on. And down below is a link to the 6 principles of the Hacker Code of Ethics. The unethical standpoint or unethical action. It's deeming the code to be irrelevant because of the violation of it, of not following these rules. And it's unfortunate that no actions are being taken to those who violate it. Without the negative reinforcement, nobody's going to follow the code. So within the code there should be some type of explanation or clarification as to what the consequences should be if they do not follow the code. I will be talking about detailed qualities of the actual code of ethics that could make it irrelevant to those hackers who think so. Causes of the unethical views or action. It's that the hacker's code feels unfinished as a whole. It's only 6 principles, and it's difficult to follow only 6 principles, as in today's world technology is advancing so quickly and so fast. It's hard to not get a hold of certain information or to have a system that is really secure. The wording in the actual code of ethics is very vague. An example would be mistrust authority, promote decentralization. Only 4 words, and it leaves no clear explanation as to what that means. And these few things could have caused the irrelevance or abandonment or even violation of the hacker's code. The ethical standpoint or ethical action is that the relevance of the hacker's code is more personal. Have it being only 6 principles could be an advantage, as being a hacker is something that is very special, and abiding only by 6 principles could be to their own interpretation no matter how vague the rules can be. The same example of mistrust authority promote decentralization. This could be even a measure, if you will, a measure of safety for themselves. If the hackers were to, bring this attention to, the state level rather than the federal level, it could give them more freedom, which could also provide more safety for the society. Safety in terms of technological advancement and safety of information. Throughout the Code of Ethics, it emphasizes how hacking skills are used for the good. This coins the term white hat hackers, those who want to use their hacking skills for the good of society. Now I'll be taking more detailed qualities of what makes this ethical action, um, you know, the ethical action good, which therefore deems the hacker's code of ethics relevant. Now, the support of the ethical actions, we have the hacker's code of ethics has gone off to prove its importance. Many of the federal laws today and other regulations are based off of Stephen Levy's, principles. Now, with back then in 1984, there wasn't the technology that we have today in 2015. It is important that we stick, the hackers stick to these set of rules, because these rules were written so early, in the hacker culture and in the ethic culture within the hacker society, that it shouldn't be abandoned. Much like the Constitution, it was something written many years ago, and the United States of America still abides by what is written in the Constitution. And the code emphasizes the white hat hackers, which in turn encourage hacking more so as educational or professional purposes, for employment. And because of the influence of the code, it's what shaped, hackers today in the cybersecurity world, working at the federal level, or even just trying to make a small company system better by hacking into its own systems and then fixing the problem where the breach was occurred. Now, there are a few solutions for a better hacker's code of ethics. These solutions would hopefully grab the attention of those hackers who do not follow it right now and make it seem that the hacker's code is irrelevant. Now, an updated version of the code of ethics would be a really good step forward to include any clarification of the rules that are already there, or any additions to the hacker's code. But if any additions are made, they would have to pertain to white hat hacking methods. Because the goal is to not only advance technology, but also to contribute to society in a good way and in a more secure way. We as the hackers have to have involvement from the sovereign states. At the federal level, those laws may be vague as well, and possibly very constrictive. If the authority were to be taken to the states at the state level, then there could be more freedom, and it'd be easier to advance the technology that the hackers used. And with these improvements, the hacker's code of ethics should never become irrelevant. It should always be followed as an ethical standard to those who choose to be hackers in the IT and computer science world. Now I leave this presentation with a question and answer session. Any questions regarding the actual code of ethics or any previous talking points are welcome, or even questions regarding the hackers, ethical actors, ethical standard, or any of the above mentioned. Any comments or any additions for a solution for this ethical issue. Any ethical standard, whether it be a code of ethics or any code really, it shouldn't be irrelevant or abandoned because of its lacking of anything, or because the rules aren't explained well enough. The code of conduct it's there for a reason, to follow it and to make sure whatever it is, whatever service or whatever good is being provided, whatever it is that it's regulating, to be very thorough and very nice, so there aren't any problems. And keep in mind, with any solution that is that you come up with, it's going to affect society in some way. So whatever addition to it, always think about how it affects you as an individual, the hackers, or even other people within that same field, as well as those individual or groups who aren't in the field but still use technology, which is pretty much 100% of all of us. Now I thank you for taking your time to watch this video, and you guys have a great day.